Welcome, everyone, to this week's Healthy Tips After 50. And I have a new guest, someone who hasn't been on the show before. And his name is Jake Melman. Did I get that right?
Yep.
Oh, good. Okay. I always end up asking. Um, and Jake is all about mushrooms. And so I'm going to ask him to introduce himself and tell us a little bit more about what he's doing, how he ended up getting into that field, and about his, and maybe a little bit about his partner who wasn't able to join us today, unfortunately. So welcome.
All right. Thank you so much, Susan. Thanks for having me on.
Mhm.
Um, like you said, I'm Jake Melman. I am the co-founder of the company Troop Nutrition.
Hmm.
We started actually the first ever mushroom gummy. We were the first company to
Oh,
put functional superfood mushrooms into a healthy and delicious gummy.
wow.
Yep.
Okay.
So that's that. I'd love to tell you how we got started. It's a pretty interesting
Sure.
story.
Go for it.
Definitely. So my co-founder, Stephanie, who was supposed to be on, unfortunately couldn't make it, is actually my cousin. So it's a
Okay.
family-run business,
Uh-huh.
which, has its
Oh
pros and
yeah.
cons.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, we can share anecdotes after we finish doing this
Okay, great.
about family
Yeah.
business. Yeah.
Yeah, we have, yeah, we've learned a lot, let's say.
Yes.
Um, So how it happened was the business actually kind of was founded organically, for no pun intended. But basically, it all started on the very first day of the COVID lockdown,
Oh my God.
March 14th, 2020. I was actually in a really terrible ski accident. So I was skiing and I fell and I broke my leg super badly
Oh no.
on the very first day of lockdown. So that was very confusing for me
Oh,
because you know, the whole world shut down and simultaneously I had a broken leg and was kind of like locked away
oh my
anyways.
God. Yeah.
So it was very an interesting time in my life.
Oh my, I bet.
Yeah, I was also an entrepreneur at the time and I owned a marketing agency.
Oops.
But we did
Too
like
far down.
local businesses
Okay.
and all of the businesses shut down. So my entire
Oh.
agency basically was eradicated in
Oh
a
my
week's
God.
time. All of our clients reached out, said, "Hey, we don't want to pay for marketing because, everything shut down." So all of my revenue and all the money that I had to live was just immediately evaporated, as well as
Oh,
my
oh.
leg was broken.
I
Yeah,
hospital
so it
bills.
was,
Yeah.
yeah, so safe to say it was a challenging time.
Oh, I bet.
Um, yeah, I really thought that, you go into dark places and you think my life's over, basically.
Yeah.
Um, so what happened after that is I was forced to move home with my parents.
Hmm.
So thankfully they were able to accommodate me and help take care of me because
Yeah.
I wasn't able to take care of myself and also couldn't pay rent anymore. So that was again another challenge that what it felt like, but it ended up being for the best. About a month in, my cousin Stephanie decided to move into my parents' house with me to help take care of me. She's around the same
Oh, how
age.
nice.
Her and I are very good friends.
Uh-huh.
And so she, was just bored as well. Also, she got fired from her job because everything shut down.
Right. Yeah.
And yeah, so she moved in and we did the usual stuff, the Netflix binge, baking the banana bread,
I,
etc.
yeah.
As as I was healing. And then one day she just all of a sudden said to me, "Hey, do you want to grow some mushrooms?" And I was like, sure. I'm not saying no to anything. I don't have
I'm
anything
not
else to
going
do.
anywhere, right? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So, her and I started growing mushrooms in the
Uh-huh.
closet, actually.
Oh, dark.
Like the,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, like the
Yeah.
traditional mushroom entrepreneur. I always say like tech companies started in the garage and mushroom companies started in the closet. So yeah, so we started growing lion's mane mushrooms in the closet.
Ah.
Um, and after that, we started to do a lot more research. We started to
Mm.
like really dive deep into these functional mushrooms.
Mm.
And we felt like we had discovered this ancient secret that nobody was talking about. Like it was really wild. Like once
Uh,
you did the research and found that people have been using these mushrooms as medicines for thousands of
oh
years,
my God, yeah.
and they were widely used before big pharma was invented in the
Yep.
1800s.
Yep.
And then big pharma just like eradicated them from
As
the history
usual.
books.
Yes.
Yep. From the medicine books, from all these traditions, that these mushrooms were widely used and working. Like they were actually working.
Hmm.
And we felt like this secret was out there, and
Hmm.
we weren't seeing it anywhere. And like me, I was like taking so many pills and powders and all these different things for my healing.
Yeah.
And I was so over all the pharmaceuticals and all these different things that they had
Oh
me
yeah.
taking. And I was depressed and I was anxious, all these different ailments that I was suffering. Um, and then I started taking all these different mushrooms, all these different functional mushrooms, and
Uh-huh.
I was able to like remedy basically everything: my anxiety,
Oh.
my focus problems, my sleep issues, my health, just my overall health and wellness, my
Hmm.
immunity, all from these incredible mushrooms that, have been used for thousands of years. So once I healed all of this, Stephanie and myself we were both very entrepreneurial. And, we were like, we wanted to share these mushrooms with our community.
Hmm.
So a lot of people started asking us for them. So we started, growing them, and we would we dry them and put them in a powder and give them to our friends, but people didn't want to eat them. And
Yeah.
it made sense to me because I also didn't want to eat them. I hate the powders, I hate the capsules and
Oh yeah.
tinctures.
Jeez. Yeah.
So we looked at the products on the market at the time, and all of the products were very like ceremonial and very like, for lack of a better
Ah.
word, hippie. It was all like, like,
Now, it's my age group, you know.
yeah, for lack of a better word, like
Yeah.
I definitely feel like a hippie now myself, but at the time I was very like I was very like Western
Oh yeah.
medicine, and very like I lived in the city and in Los Angeles, and
Ah, we can compare
I
notes on that
was,
one. Okay.
yeah, I didn't want to go live in the forest and abandon society, in order
Yeah.
to be
Yeah.
healthy. I wanted
Yeah.
to live in society and have my phone and computer, but still be healthy.
Uh-huh.
So all the products we saw were very leaning towards like this like forest lifestyle, like
Mm,
very like earthy and ceremonial and
yeah.
spiritual, and that just really didn't resonate with us very much. Um, so we started Troop, and the name Troop actually means a group of mushrooms that grows together, is a troop of
Oh,
mushrooms.
okay.
That's why
Interesting.
we
Uh-huh.
named it that, and I'll tell you a
I
few more
was
reasons
curious. Yeah.
yeah. So we decided to put it in a gummy because we
Okay.
thought, for me, I love gummies. I
Ah.
love candy. I love gummies. If you can put a supplement in a gummy, you're going to increase the odds of me taking it by like a
Mm,
1,000%.
mm.
So, we put it in a gummy, and we spent basically a year on the formulation of the gummy because
Uh-huh.
we wanted to put the absolute highest quality mushrooms
Mm.
in a gummy that is powerful and delicious. We
Okay.
always
Okay.
say, if it's not delicious, why even be in a gummy?
Yeah.
So we spent a year formulating, and then we launched, and then we had a lot of early success, and we saw, a lot of press. People were
Hmm.
very interested in the first mushroom gummy. We got into specialty stores like Erewhon in
Oh,
California.
wow. Uh-huh.
And yeah, when you look at our branding, you can see what we wanted to do with this. We made it transparent bottles because we want transparent
Mm.
ingredients, transparent mushroom sourcing, transparent
Okay.
everything.
Mm-hmm.
And we felt like people in the mushroom space are really not doing great things right now. Like there's a
Mm.
lot of shady actors in
Oh,
the mushroom space. And I can tell you a bit more about that too. But yeah, that's basically how we got started. And it's been a
wow.
wild journey and extremely grateful. And now I feel grateful that I had that injury. You know, it
Yeah.
changed the course of my life to one that healed me. It actually ended
Yeah.
up healing me.
Yeah.
So
Wow. Yeah, isn't it, I was gonna say funny, but it's not funny, haha, it's funny,
yeah.
weird, right? The
Yeah.
way the way that life works.
Hmm.
It just, you may meet somebody on the street and next thing you're in business with them or you've married them or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, it's 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 very strange. It's very
Yeah.
strange. Is it our energy that's doing it, or is it the universe, or is it all of it together? Or, I mean, it's
Totally. Yeah.
yeah,
It
yeah.
is super strange. And we actually threw a launch party for the launch of the company. And at
Uh-huh.
the launch party is where I met my partner.
Oh,
So
how funny.
yeah, yeah, she ended up being there just randomly.
Yeah,
And so like to say, the mushrooms guided me. So it's another one of those
there you
funny
go.
random things.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It is. It is life is very, very bizarre, and and human beings are even more bizarre. So
Yeah.
we're not going to go down that road. Okay.
Yeah.
So, okay, so how many you know, different kinds of gummies are you making, and what are you are you concentrating on certain types
Hmm.
or certain, I don't want to say diseases because I don't think you probably get to that level, but but certain
Right.
things that people have,
Yeah,
oh, somebody has
definitely.
headaches, or
Yeah.
somebody has aches and pains from too much running around or working out or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. So we have three different products
Uh-huh.
that we launch with that use different mushrooms,
Mm-hmm.
and they do cover different benefits.
Mm-hmm.
So the first one we started with was lion's mane. So lion's mane is an incredible mushroom. It's probably the most well-known mushroom right
Mm-hmm.
now
Right.
in terms of the functional superfood mushrooms. And it actually, and I don't believe this is a coincidence, it actually looks like a brain. It actually has the
Yeah,
shape of
it's
a
like a
brain.
hair stuff on it, right? Kind of,
Yeah,
it looks
it's got
like,
this like
yeah,
shaggy white hair all over it, which is
yeah.
called why it's called lion's mane. But the shape of it is very, very close to like the shape of a brain,
Uh-huh.
which I don't think, nature makes those mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
Because they have shown that it has incredible benefits for your brain.
Mm.
So it has an immediate benefit of like reducing brain fog and improving mental
Ah.
clarity.
Mm-hmm.
It has longer term benefits of improving memory, improving
Mm.
cognition, and
Mm-hmm.
actually, it's being studied right now as a preventative measure for cognitive decline and
Oh.
degenerative diseases like Alzheimer's and dementia.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
So it's great for just every daily protection of your brain,
Yeah.
because it's a thing. People losing their memories. It's such a sad
Oh
thing to
yeah.
witness, and so yeah, sad thing to experience.
Yeah, it's
Because our
not fun.
memories is
Not fun at
us.
all. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So, again, we wanted to make a mushroom product that was as easy as humanly possible to take.
Uh-huh.
Because I have ADHD and I forget to take my supplements. I mean, you could guarantee me that the supplement will extend my life by 20 years and I would still forget to take it. So we put it in a gummies because, a gummy, you're actually excited to take it. Like you see it and you're like,
Okay.
ooh, a
Okay.
delicious gummy. It's a little
Yeah.
treat. So yeah, taking lion's mane daily has been shown to give those benefits. It also
Ah.
reduces inflammation in the body as well. Yeah,
Okay.
which is
Okay.
really cool and
Uh-huh.
powerful. Then we made our second product, which was called our Super Troop product.
Okay.
And that's a 6 mushroom blend. So
Oh,
that
wow.
has the mushrooms lion's mane, reishi, chaga, cordyceps,
Mhm.
maitake, and turkey tail.
Okay.
So these all have a wide range of benefits. For instance, turkey tail is being used actually at research centers around the world as
Hmm.
in a cancer treatment. So
Oh,
it has
wow.
very powerful anti-cancer properties.
Okay.
Then you have like chaga, which has strong antiviral properties. So like
Mm,
if you're protecting your immune system, it
mm,
helps with blood oxygenation levels. It also
mm,
has cordyceps, which is a mushroom that is incredible for muscle recovery, blood
mhm,
oxygenation, and energy. So that's what we call our multi-mush. Um, it's kind of just like take it every day for
uh-huh.
overall wellness.
Wow.
We've heard incredible stories from this
Huh.
product, like such as one of our customers had never been able to donate blood before because they
Mm.
were iron deficient their entire lives.
Ah, okay.
And they started taking our Super Troop. That was the only thing that was different. And their
Uh-huh.
doctors were just astounded.
Huh.
Their iron levels were back to normal for the first time.
Wow.
And they were able to donate blood, which is something they always wanted to do. So it
Huh.
was really cool story to hear
Yeah.
because of these mushrooms are so powerful at adapting to your body's needs and fulfilling the needs of your body. It's
Mm-hmm.
actually called an adaptogen.
Okay, right.
Um,
Yep.
yeah. And then finally, our third product that we launched with is
Mm-hmm.
reishi gummies. So reishi is another of the most well-known mushroom. It's actually been probably used the longest of any mushroom recorded.
Ah.
They have records from like ancient Egypt of reishi being
Wow.
used,
Uh-huh.
and it was actually more valuable than gold. It was only for royalty because of its antiviral and immune boosting effects.
Ah,
So
okay.
it's known as the mushroom of immortality or the elixir of immortality.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So it's incredible for anti-aging, for your immune system.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and it has an immediate effect of anti-anxiety and anti-stress.
Hmm.
So I take reishi every single night because
Hmm.
it makes me feel like this sense of calm come over me, a sense of
Ah,
relaxation,
okay.
which is really, really nice to feel. And that
Uh-huh.
has helped me with my sleep issues.
I
So
bet.
yeah, so it doesn't make you tired or sleepy
No,
like
no.
melatonin would. It just reduces your anxiety and stress,
Mm-hmm.
which is the real root reason why most people can't sleep.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, no, exactly. Yeah, they lie there thinking about this and thinking about that and thinking about
Exactly.
this. And then they start thinking and, about why can't I sleep and why am I?
Yep. Yeah. 100%.
Yeah,
I've been there so many
yeah.
times. And I actually had that for years, maybe like 10, 15 years of my life. I
Wow.
didn't sleep more than 4 or 5 hours a
Yeah.
night. It
Yeah.
was extremely brutal. So if you experience that, like trust me, I know what it feels like. And there are ways
Mhm.
to help naturally, to naturally help with this.
Wow, that's great. So do you sell them like mail order or are you in stores or how was your marketing set up?
So we are mostly sold online.
Mm,
We do some like mail
okay.
order as well.
Uh-huh.
The best place to find us would be our website, which is trytroop,
Hmm.
TRYTROOP.com.
Okay.
Trytroop, that would be the best place to learn everything about the products. You can
Uh-huh.
learn, everything, and there's some first order discounts and things like that.
Mm.
Um, and we'll give your listeners a nice discount as well.
Huh.
Um, so that's the best place to learn. We are
Uh-huh.
also on Instagram at TryTroop.
Okay.
And then we're sold in stores all across California.
Oh, wow.
But
Neat.
we haven't expanded yet to other stores outside of California just
Uh-huh.
because we want to we want to basically like figure out our market here
Mm.
first and then before we expand.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So mostly Southern California or all of California?
Mostly Southern, but we do have some stores in Northern California as well.
Uh-huh. Okay. Okay. So you sell them through other stores, or you have actually have your own store? Um,
Oh, no, we sell through other stores. Like
yeah.
we're in
Okay.
grocery stores.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah. So we're in like Sprouts and in Lassen's,
Uh-huh.
in Bristol Farms, things like
Okay.
that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Whole Foods?
We're not in Whole Foods yet.
Ah,
That's
okay.
going to be our
Just
next big,
curious. Yeah.
yeah, our next big
Yeah, that would be
store.
big. Yeah.
It would be huge. Yeah.
Mm, absolutely. Absolutely. Interesting. So, out of curiosity, is there a lot of competition in the stores? I mean, are there a lot of other um, mushroom, either gummies or, put it in your coffee or do,
Yeah, there are now a lot of competitors in the mushroom space.
uh-huh.
We're generally the only mushroom gummy still. There have been a few that have launched recently.
Yeah.
But we were the first on all the shelves. I think now they have like maybe one or two other than us.
Okay.
But when you see ours, it's pretty clear because our bottle is just so different than everyone else's.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Um, Given that we have transparent bottles, so you can see the gummies inside.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Does
uh,
I was just gonna
Sorry,
say,
go
does
ahead.
that affect the fact that it is transparent? And does light affect the gummies or not?
We haven't seen any
Okay.
effect from the light, yeah. And we've done testing, third-party testing
Uh-huh.
and everything.
Good. Yeah.
Yeah. We third-party test everything, all of our
Uh-huh.
mushrooms. Um, I don't know, if you're familiar with mushrooms,
Mm.
this will be really solid points for you, but we use fruiting body only,
Okay.
which is the best part of the mushroom.
Mm-hmm.
Never use any mycelium or grain in
Mm.
it. All of our mushrooms are organic and sustainably cultivated.
That's good.
Everything from the United States, no mushrooms ever from
Mm.
China because Chinese mushrooms have been found with heavy metals in them.
Yeah.
And all of our mushrooms are third party tested to be the most potent
Wow.
and safe mushrooms out there. We
Wow.
basically wanted to create a product that was a very easy switch from if you were taking powders or tinctures.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
We wanted to be a one-for-one replacement
Mm-hmm.
that you can make the switch so easily without having to think, like without losing anything.
Yeah. Yeah. So what do you use to create the gummies themselves? The gummy
Um,
part.
yeah, so it is made of pectin from
Okay.
apple skins. So it's
Ah.
completely vegan.
Uh-huh.
We don't use any high fructose corn syrups or corn
Mm.
syrups at all. We
Yeah.
don't use any preservatives. We don't use any unnatural additives or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
All the flavors are from fruits and vegetables. All the
Mm.
colors are from fruits and vegetables. We really
Oh,
just went
neat.
like so above and beyond on the
Uh-huh.
ingredients because we really believe that if you're going to be a health supplement, you got to be everything health. Like you can't,
Right.
I've seen competitors that launched like very small competitors that they have corn syrup in their gummy
Ee.
and we're just like, why are you
Like,
doing a health product that is not good for you?
yeah, yeah. It's one of those, really? Is
Yeah,
that really?
exactly.
I don't think
Yeah.
so.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. Well, we don't have to go down that road. I was going to ask if they're thinking, what kind of thinking they have, but then again, you're not doing it, so you don't really know what whether
I
they're
do know what
just,
they're
well, they're
thinking
just out
though.
there to get sales, right?
Exactly. They're
Yeah.
just capitalizing on like the buzzwords now of mushrooms because it is
Hmm.
getting a lot of like hype.
Oh my God.
And
Yeah.
that's great. And it's also bad because a lot of customers are getting tricked. Like, for instance, with the whole fruiting body thing. So, the fruiting body of the mushroom is the part that like people think of when you think of a mushroom.
Hmm.
That's like above the ground, it's what you see.
Hmm.
Underneath that is the mycelium. So, that's like the root structure
Okay.
of the mushroom. And that grows on you can farm this and you can grow it on grains. You can grow it on like rice, for
Okay.
instance, or other grains.
Hmm.
So what a lot of companies are doing right now, because there's no regulation in this space, they're taking,
Excuse me.
no problem, they're taking the
Wait.
mycelium grain.
Sorry.
No
I
worries.
muted and it ended up muting the whole thing because I didn't want to cough in everybody's
Oh, no
ears.
problem.
So go back about 10 or 15 seconds
Okay, sure.
and start again.
Yeah. So the mycelium grain is what grows underneath the ground. It's what
Okay.
spawns the fruiting body mushroom that we know and love.
Uh-huh.
And that can grow on a grain, like it can grow on rice or other grains. So what a lot of companies will do is they will grow this mycelium on like a bag of grain, and
Mm-hmm.
then they will take that, and then let's say it sprouts like a few mushrooms. The weight of the grain is 90% to like 10% the mushrooms. So what they
Oh.
will do is they will take the whole bag, all the grain with the mycelium and the mushroom, but a lot of like rice and starch, and they'll throw the whole
Um,
thing in a blender. They'll
oh,
blend it
good.
all up,
Yeah.
and then they'll throw it in a bag and call it mushroom powder.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So what the customer's getting is a ton of rice and grain, things that are not healthy for you at all
Yeah.
and contain no beneficial properties, but it says on the bag
Mm-hmm.
mushroom powder or mushroom tincture. They can pull extract from that. So it's really important to check that you're getting fruiting body, just to make sure that
Mm.
you're getting, the highest quality parts of the mushroom.
Mm-hmm.
It's 10x more expensive to use fruiting body than it
I'm
is
sure.
the mycelium.
Yeah.
Um, so, you will find it to be a more expensive product,
Yeah.
but you know for a fact that you're getting what you're paying for
Uh-huh.
instead of just
Yeah.
like a shot in the dark.
Well, I would think also you probably don't need to use as much of the product as you would with this other grain that's, got all
Yes.
this other
Well,
stuff in it.
yeah, I mean, with the grain one, a lot of people feel nothing because they're
Mm-hmm.
getting just rice. You're basically eating
Yeah.
starch.
Oh,
Yeah.
good.
And the products are cheap, like don't trust a product that's too cheap,
Yeah.
There's always a reason.
Yeah. Interesting. Interesting. Boy, it's so funny how in every product, right? There's these exact kinds of just the names change of what the product is or what they're using around it or whatever. But there's always people that are out there just trying to see how fast they can get it on the market and how much money they can make.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
There were always those people who are just capitalizing on the name, and they don't care that people never buy again. They just want people to buy once, they take their money and run
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah.
And yeah, we're trying to build our main goal of this company is to build a long-term brand that
Mm-hmm.
consumers can trust.
Mm.
We want to be a really trusted name in the
Mm-hmm.
space of mushrooms. We really believe in these mushrooms, and we feel like it's just the tip of the iceberg that we've explored
Yeah.
so far. We're working with 6 functional mushrooms, but some scientists believe there could be millions of species of
Wow.
functional mushroom, yeah,
Huh.
that are still undiscovered. So
Wow.
we want to be a trustworthy source of providing mushroom information and mushroom products for
Mm-hmm.
people,
Mm-hmm.
so that you always know you can come to Troop for quality mushrooms.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yeah. So do you also sell it like where people can can't think of what the word is, where they sign up and every once a month they get a
Yeah, subscription.
subscription. Thank you.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, yeah. We definitely do have subscriptions,
Uh-huh.
especially given that it becomes more effective the longer you take it. So the more that you
Mm-hmm.
take it daily, the more effective the benefits become,
Mm-hmm.
which research have shown this,
Mm-hmm.
which is very cool. And so we do have a subscription where we offer 20% off of the product to come every month. And
Mm-hmm.
it just is super simple. It arrives to you every single month, and you can always pause or cancel or delay a shipment or
Mm-hmm.
swap your product if you want to
Okay.
try something else.
Ah.
Yeah, so we just want to make it so easy for people.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah. No, that's great. That that's what builds loyalty
Yeah.
for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, and we have an average, like our average subscription is over 6 months long. So
Wow.
people really are loving the subscription, they're loving the product.
Uh-huh.
And yeah, we're getting amazing reviews of people just like it's just awesome to see. People are really benefiting from it. We have like definitely a lot of older folks who are taking this for their memory, for inflammation in the body,
Oh
which is
yeah,
always great
sure.
to see.
Yep.
Stephanie and myself, we have dementia runs in our family. We have an
Mm.
uncle who is going through it right now, and
Uh-huh.
so it's definitely very personal for us.
Yeah.
And it's great to know that we're helping in some small way.
Uh-huh.
Also for younger people, like for me, for instance, I was diagnosed with ADHD when I was very young and put on
Mhm.
Adderall, which is just like basically
Yeah.
poison.
Oh
And
yeah.
yeah,
Speed.
and yeah, yeah. And now we have parents who are giving instead of their kids on Adderall, they're giving their kids lion's mane gummies, and their kids are
Okay.
noticeably more focused in school
Wow. Uh-huh.
without the all the horrible side
Oh, I'm
effects of
sure.
these pharmaceuticals.
Yeah.
Just a natural mushroom that people have been taking for thousands of years that's totally non-toxic. You
Uh-huh.
cannot overdose on it. It's healthy, it's natural. And so that for me feels really good because it feels like I'm really helping kids like me, and like I wish there
Yeah.
was something like this when I was around, but there
Uh,
wasn't. And now we've created it. So
yeah, yeah. Well, that's okay. Better late than never,
yeah.
you know. I mean, it seems to me that it's like a circle for you because it's helping you be better at running a business. And by
100%.
being better at running a business, you can get this out to people.
100%.
Yeah,
Absolutely. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, I want to tell people like, if people knew me,
Uh,
I would be the only advertisement anyone needs. Like I have such bad ADD. I had so much trouble focusing. I had much struggles with anxiety and sleeping and insomnia and
uh-huh.
focus and all the things. And now I'm a radically different person than I was before I started this. And I wish people could see the two and be like, okay, if they can do that for him, then I'm sold.
Yeah, exactly. Well, do you have a picture from before and after, put it on the
Yeah, I mean, I
package?
have pictures, but it's hard to show in a picture what,
Yeah.
like.
Yeah, I know. I know. That's true. That's true. But yeah. Well, um, yeah, unfortunately, um, the whole thing of kids and adults having problems with ADHD and other things has really become so much more common, I think,
Hmm,
than it was 30 or 40 years ago.
definitely.
Yeah, I mean, there's a huge difference. Not that kids didn't have some of that,
Hmm.
but I don't think not to the degree.
Yeah, it's definitely gotten worse. I think,
Yeah,
there's a lot of factors at play, the
yeah,
iPad kids, the attention span economy.
yeah.
I think there's so many different pieces.
Hmm.
Um,
Hmm.
and also just recognition. I think people for a long time had undiagnosed ADHD
Oh yeah.
all over the world. And we had to just, I still to this day have people tell me, you don't have ADHD, you just need to work harder. It's like, okay,
No, no, I don't. I mean,
yeah,
yeah, that's strange. Okay.
yeah,
That one,
you'd be
I don't know how
surprised. Yeah.
anybody could come up with that as other
It's
things
because,
maybe, but
yeah,
not.
it's hard to imagine when you don't have it, like there are people who are just
Yeah.
naturally good at focusing and they can get all
Oh
their
yeah.
homework done and everything is
Oh
easy,
yeah.
no problem.
That's
And
right.
then they're like, oh, what are you talking about? They can't imagine a different way of thinking.
Yeah. Or just a whole different way of life, period.
Yeah. Yeah. A
Yeah.
whole different way of life for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah. So, okay. Well, anything else that you would like to share with the people that are going to watch this? If not, we'll tell them where to go to find your product.
Oh, amazing. Yeah, we would
And
love to offer your listeners a discount
okay.
as well. A little bit bigger than the one on the website, 20% off their first
Wow.
order.
Uh-huh. Oh, that's
Um,
great.
yeah, so we will use the code,
The I think
let's
you said
see,
try troop. Oh,
HTA.
okay. HTA. Uh-huh.
Yeah, we'll do HTA 20.
HTA 20.
Yeah, how's that?
Okay. No, that's fine. I'm just writing it down.
Perfect.
Told you my memory's not very good.
You gotta start taking your lion's
I
mane.
would know. I was just going to say you can send me a sample.
Absolutely. Yeah. Have we not sent you a sample yet?
Mm,
Let
I
me
don't
let me
think
check on
so.
that. We'll definitely send you a sample.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think
So,
I think what the last thing I would just love to
uh-huh.
say is, like we really are interested in we want to change the world. We want to change how medicine is looked at, and we want to
Right.
change how people heal themselves and look at health, and move from like a curative medicine to a
Mm,
preventative medicine.
mm-hmm.
And taking these mushrooms every day really leads to that effect. And we're always looking for people. If you're interested in mushrooms, like reach out to us. We're always wanting to chat with people who are interested in this world and are willing to help us spread this mission. We really see it as a great mission that can heal and help so many people around the world.
Uh-huh.
So definitely reach out to us. We'd love to hear from you.
Okay. Great. Great. So good. And you had said trytroop.com. That was
Yes,
something else.
yeah,
Yeah,
trytroop.com.
trytroop.com. Yep.
TRYTROOP.com.
Okay. Okay. Great. Very good.
Awesome.
And with that, I am going to wrap up with the same thing that I always say, which is that neither of us are doctors, and this is not to be seen as medical advice. And with all of that, I look forward to seeing everybody next week.
Beautiful. Thanks so
Thank
much for
you.
having me.